Hi.
Hey,
we're here.
Hello.
Let's make sure that we have audio because that's been the bane of my existence. Yeah. Hi, welcome. Good morning, Carol. Thank you for joining us. She says good morning and happy ladies.
Hello. Nice to meet you, Carol.
That's us. So it's Lisa and Stephanie this morning. We Wednesdays, we talk about kids and parenting issues and anything else that comes across our brains.
Randomly everything.
Yes, exactly. Everything all at once. I got to thank some of our sponsors. WeCan has their open house today. If you want more information, they just opened their new center in Hyannis, wecancenter.org. MBR Cleaning Services. If you're looking for weekly, bi-weekly deep cleaning, give Bruno a call today, 508-280-0605. Online, mbrlandscaping.com. And Cape and Islands Kia. I just watched a video yesterday of a random tire on the highway coming across. It hit this Kia, my car, the Soul, flipped upside down like 4 times, landed on its roof. No one was injured.
Wow.
And I was like, I feel a little bit safer.
Wow. I thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna say it was a Kia that went. Did you see in Manomet, the car that went over the cliff?
No, was that also one?
Yesterday afternoon.
Great.
I thought that's what you were gonna say. Yeah, no, the car's like dangling. The fire had to like hook it up and pull it back. Young woman driving, no one hurt, but
See? Look at that.
there's the whale. Whoa.
Or just I followed my GPS since we were talking about Steve Carell and Michael Scott in The Office. Follow the GPS right into the water. And you know what? I don't put it past people because that is where our brains are right now, broken.
Well, it's funny that you say that, the GPS and just driving. I was at Sandy Neck the other day because I'm getting the camper. Daisy's getting ready.
Oh, she's getting ready. Good morning, Eva and Wendy. Thanks for joining us.
And I need a lot of help because I don't know what I'm doing. And the woman, shout out to the woman at the booth whose name I really need to get. She helped me last year get a sticker and we drove out for the first time. Yep. And now I went and I said, okay, so this has to pass a test. She's like, yes, it does.
Patience of a saint in our national parks. And I thank you so much.
And I thought to myself, but then I looked, how many people last year, New York, Connecticut people, drove out in a sedan trying to get over those dunes and got stuck?
There are Cape
How
Cod
many
people that still do
times?
that. Not even people from different places. Cape Codders do that.
But what would occur to you to look at this and you're in a little 4-wheel sedan? I'm going over that dune?
I know.
I don't think so.
I know. Good morning, Lauren. Thank you so much. Yeah, there was an incident one time, I think when I first started going out to Sandy Neck area, where one of my male friends dug his vehicle very deeply in there. And there's my girlfriend, Julie, like with the board and the shovel.
I have
and she's
those.
digging them out. And I'm just like, are you seriously letting... Good on us girls, because we're the ones who can use our brain and problem solve.
Yep.
Because he would have just sat there and that's where he lived now. I live in this pothole in the dunes.
Well, this camper was my idea. This was a me thing that I did. And my husband's sort of like, it's on you. I've already driven it into my fence. So which brings me to my whole truck thing. I have
It happens.
newfound respect for people who drive trucks and use mirrors. And not the rearview mirror in the middle.
Okay.
I can't do it.
Oh, it's like spatial awareness. Is that what you're talking
it's
about?
so bad, and you
morning,
have to.
Nat.
And even though I look in the rearview mirror like I normally do in the car, all I see is Charlie sitting there going, "Hi," I'm like- and my bathroom door in the back of the camper. No, it's really hard. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. Couldn't back into my own driveway. And the first time I did do it, I did take out our fence.
I'm pretty good with the mirrors. And it depends on the vehicle that you're driving. But yeah, a camper, all bets are off. That's a different world.
Then I'm pulling out of onto 130 after bringing it to my mechanic, give it the once over, and no one would let me. I'm like, can you all just hold on for a second and let me turn?
Because we're all selfish jerks.
Turn
Lisa.
Bertha around and head in
Is
the
that
right
her name?
direction.
Is
No,
Big
it's
Bertha?
Daisy.
Oh,
It's Daisy.
okay,
She's
Daisy.
Shasta. So.
Oh, all right. A Shasta Daisy.
It's a
How
Shasta
cute
Daisy.
are you?
I know. I even got little sleeping bags that are daisies. But anyways,
So you're planning on taking her out to Sandy Neck. Where
I
else?
am.
Where are there some adventures that Daisy
so
the Shasta is
if
going?
anyone knows anything about this, I joined this thing called Harvest Hosts.
Yeah.
And it's boondocking at like wineries, breweries, like Cape Cod Coffee, not Cape Cod Coffee, but you should do it. Cape Cod Beer
Yep.
is one of them. So you can go to different places and you just park and you boondock and you stay the night and it's free and they just want you to buy something at wherever you
Well,
are.
yeah, because they don't want you drinking and driving. And you know what? Most of those places, especially the wineries in California, where they're just like, yep, just stay.
Yep.
Just stay here.
But you can do it at museums.
We're
there are
not saying, we're not
farms.
encouraging you to be like the Cousin Eddie situation at vacation, but definitely there are places for you to go and spend a night, rest your eyes, and then move on with your day. Yes.
She's an old camper. I don't think we're going to go far.
Yeah. That's okay though.
I'm fine with that.
Baby tripping.
There's plenty of places on the Cape. I'll be very
Honestly, just
happy.
over the bridge, even like Plymouth area. I mean, you could get lost in the woods out there. Follow the evacuation signs. It leads you to the middle of the woods, and then you're out there going, where does this go?
The
Nowhere.
evacuation signs.
It leads you to the middle of the woods, and then you're abandoned out there.
I do need both lanes of the bridge when I'm going over, though, which drives my son crazy. I'm like, but no, I'm
Well,
going
that's
down the
not going to
center.
happen for you over the Sagamore for quite some time.
Yeah, I'll wait till after Memorial Day.
Oh, there was serious traffic rage over the weekend.
Oh, was there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
There were abandoned cars on the side. I was talking to Hank about this on Tuesday. Like there
no.
was so much traffic and it was just stopped because they now have a light. If you've not witnessed it
saw
for
the light.
yourself,
Yeah.
there's now a traffic light letting the one side go and then the other side go. And then you see people like raging out. I saw some guy like beating his steering wheel and like he actually frightened me. I was like, this guy, if anybody, I've got my eyes on him. I've got my phone on. And hopefully it's going to work because it's in that weird vortex of
Yep,
where
where
the
they-
cell
where they
phone
merge.
service is gone.
I have to
It's
make
the worst time to be in traffic.
it to the airport at like 4:35.
Use
in
the
the morning.
Bourne.
Should
And
I
yeah.
be fine? I should be able to get over it early in the morning, right?
Yeah, you should be fine, but I don't want to say yes and then have you like rage. Yeah, right.
It's all your fault.
Good morning, RTB. And yeah, Miles Standish. You can check out small little places all around us,
Yeah,
not too far away.
I don't need to go far. I went cross countrying in this 1999, 98, whatever it is. Shasta Daisy.
Yeah, right. Well, mine's living in my yard right now, and it's from the influx of humans that are coming to visit. I might
gonna
actually
rev her
need
up.
it. I might need it. I might just go park her across the street just so I can get a little sanity.
It is a backup plan for us when we have guests. I'm like, listen, boys, camper. And too many people in the house.
Well, that's it exactly. I mean, my friend used it as his visitation camper last summer, so. Only us, only Cliff and I are the ones that get ourselves into these situations where we're like, okay, this is what's happening. It's fine. So we had a friend of ours that needs a place to crash and is coming here. My 20-something came home last night.
It's a veritable parking lot out there. I was like, what's happening?
We're gonna have to do something about the littered car parking lot that is happening right now before the summer comes. You know what? All of my neighbors do it, so they should be used to it anyway. And I know they're seasonal. He's seasonal. And once again, some are people, some are not. These are not. I'm not concerned about you and your summer residency right now. We live here year round, and these are year round problems. Housing is an issue. We're figuring it out, okay?
Houses come with cars.
That's it. I know. We need to get rid of some of them, though. But I've got a teen driver on the way. It's some scary stuff. Lisa walked in this morning and we sat here for a solid 3 minutes watching this video from the UK. And I think I enjoyed it just because they have different terminology for things.
Oh, your indicator? What's your indicator? Stop.
It's better than your blinker.
Your blinker on. Gosh, it was hilarious.
Your indicator. And they also have standard vehicles over there, which I can't even get my child to worry about the regular
the
automatic
automatics?
right now, let alone watching him. And he's like, you're not in gear. You're not in gear. You're in no gear. You're in no gear.
Stop turning the car on. It's running.
Yeah. And I love that. And so watching a father and son, and the son was also comedy as well because he was saying,
He was like, and how about that?
yeah,
How about
right.
that?
I think it's the accents also. Like,
It always
I think you
is.
can say anything to me in a British accent and I'll be fascinated.
Oh my gosh.
But watching the father and son go around the neighborhood while they were working on a manual transmission vehicle just had me in stitches this morning. It really was very funny. So it's not so funny in the car with my daughter at this moment in time, and there's no
miss
clutch
that.
involved.
I do not miss teaching my kids to drive.
Well, sometimes she just forgets from yesterday. I'm like, but we just did this yesterday.
It's not ingrained yet.
No.
It's not an automated response from them that we have when
Yeah.
we're driving.
Yeah.
So we're like stopping, 5 seconds before they are.
Like
we're
the other
slowing
day,
down.
she just like backed out of the driveway, like going 40 miles an hour. And I was like, ah!
Did you look?
Seriously, I don't need any other issues with my heart right now. I'm like, I'm just trying to survive. 40 miles an hour from stopped. I'm waiting. Oh my God. It's a lot.
No, that's a lot.
And I have
miss that.
one more behind her. I don't know if I'm going to survive.
I had one who needed 3 tests to pass.
And
Three.
that I'm hearing that a lot lately with this next
Parallel
crop
parking.
of drivers.
The
which
parallel
doesn't-
parking just was not happening. I actually went by the parking lot that for the 3rd test I took this child to do it 400 times.
Yeah.
Like literally, I'm like, you have to get this.
Well, we're lucky here that we're close to Mashpee Commons. I think is a few opportunities for them
Yep.
to practice their parallel parking.
Yep.
And other ways to do so. And that once again is using your mirror situations, which that's an emerging skill for Lisa.
I can do it in my car. Like they're little mirrors. These are big mirrors and they've got that bubble.
Yeah.
It's like the fish eye.
Yeah.
Like, and how about this view? I'm like, what is that a view of? Like,
I don't know whether it's just your midlife crisis or whatever's happening, but Lisa's seemingly buying all recreational vehicles to recreate. Like she's making big plans for later on
hey, time's a wasting.
that I think you're actually even terrifying your own husband. He's
Oh,
like,
I am for sure.
oh boy. I don't know.
Wait, what? What are we doing? I tell you, I got us a boat slip in the pond across the street. Yeah.
no.
So instead of trailering, we're over in Peters Pond this summer. Come say hi to me.
Perfect.
I would go sit there just to sit there.
Yeah.
I don't even have to. I don't really know how to take. I can trailer the boat. Can't drive a truck, but I can trailer my boat. After a lot of practice in that arena and a few boat fights.
Is that what's going to happen when my house is eventually empty?
Yeah.
I'm just going to.
For you, most definitely.
Yeah, I'm going to lose it because
Yes.
that's not like
No.
it's too quiet.
Oh, yeah.
It's too quiet around here. We
You
need
get
to
another
start.
dog. You'll get, I've got this down. And then they'll start coming back and you're like, oh, wait. I had this all set up. What are you doing here?
Good morning, Rachel. RTB says parallel parking is geometry. I can teach it. Please, will you? I will pay you to take my children out and work on their geometry lessons because I get anxiety and I think I need to have a drink before I get in the car with them. And I think that's frowned upon. I don't think that's allowed.
Does your new Kia park itself? Have you seen those cars?
No, it does not
That
park
frightens
itself.
me.
But it does remind me if something's happening. There's a lot of bells and whistles.
My car does a lot of talking to me.
My car gives me anxiety sometimes because it yells at me. It's like, when the car in front of me has gone and I'm kind of like spaced out at the light, there's a bell for that. There is. So
Mine
I'm like
sends text
Pavlov's
messages.
dogs. Oh.
It's actual words. Riding over today. Apparently, I didn't put the defrost on.
Oh.
And I'm
You were
just
scolded?
buzzing over and it came up. Sighting, line of sight, blurry. I'm like,
Are these the things that
like, how
Chat
do you
GPT is
know
going to? I know, stop
that?
yelling at me. You're a robot. You don't see. You don't even have eyes.
And I had the whole technology thought. I mean, I'm not a dinosaur, but I am still amazed
Yeah.
at what we can and can't do with technology. Like even last night, I was trying to show my family, my husband and son, a picture of where I'm staying. And I was like, oh, it's so cool. Like, and it has a pool and I'm doing this with my phone. And my son goes, cast it to the TV so we can all see it. And I'm like, oh yeah. So I push the little casting button, but it blows my mind. One, that this works. I'll say that. And then two, ba-ding, and there it is on the big 60-inch
I know.
TV, and they're all looking at it, and we're flinging through photos.
I never thought that this day would come.
I know.
And I still learn new technology every day.
I try, but it is sort of a marvel to me because, you know, I'm a corded phone girl.
Yeah.
Like from the, you know, when you paid by the minute and your
Right.
father yelled at you because you're trying to hide in a closet to talk to somebody.
That's it. That was the longest telephone cord. Whatever that material is, though, I would like to bring it back somewhere in my life because it didn't break.
No, it didn't.
It was very
'Cause we
sturdy.
stretched those to the
We
max.
did to the limits.
Yes. Yes. And that little clip, how did that not pop out of
I
the
don't
phone?
know. I don't know.
Do you know my kitchen phone from my Harvest Gold kitchen phone from my growing up days, the rotary, is hanging in the museum, in the children's museum. And the kids, they'll pick up the phone and then they'll put their fingers in the holes and then they don't know to
They
actually
don't know what a rotary
rotate.
phone is. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
not
I know.
technology that they're ever going to use.
I know, but it's a museum item. It's
I know,
a relic.
I know. Even
How scary.
buttons. I mean, even getting my girlfriend Eva to switch from her iPhone 6 or whatever to the current phone because she had to give up her home button. I thought she was going to lose her mind.
Eva.
I know. So she gets so frustrated. She's like, I don't know where to scroll. Is it the middle? Is it the right? I'm like, you'll get used to it. You will get used
do.
to it.
You
This
do.
too shall pass.
I don't like changing either. I had a few moments
Nobody
with that
does.
phone.
Nobody does. So good morning, Mari. Good morning, Jeff. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Don. Back to bomb cyclones over here. Well, Lisa's going to the
Wait.
West Coast next week.
Yikes.
So
Tell me they're going to have good weather. Don't tell me there's a bomb
she said there's a bomb cyclone here now. So there's that.
here or there.
There. She's on the West Coast. She's leaving for vacation. She hasn't had a
yeah.
vacation in 2 years. And
They
is
need to
going
get it
LA.
up. They need to get it together out there before I get there. I'm sorry. This 40-degree stuff and the rain, I am not going to LA for that.
Well, I'm glad that you've figured out a way to travel a little bit later.
Yes. Everybody knows this except for me, though. This isn't going to be news, but it occurred to me. So I'm flying nonstop, which I'm so excited about. And I'm only using a carry-on because we know when you check a bag, you're going to be at the airport for another hour and a half
Yeah.
while they unload the bags. So I'm trying to make it. And then it occurred to me today that I can send most of what I need to my daughter to a lockbox at Trader Joe's, of all things, and it'll be there when I get there.
Right.
So I need a beach towel. I need my, I'm sending.
Yeah, and you don't need to
pickleball
travel
stuff.
that, and she can have all of that
And then
stuff
it's,
there.
her birthday's in April. So it's kind of like, here you go.
Here you go, the stuff that I bought for myself that I used. Merry
It's
Christmas,
now
happy
yours.
birthday. Don said next week looks good, so you'll be good.
Thank you. Just tell me that anyway.
Good weather next weekend, supposed to be nice. And yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You
lie to me
really
at this
do
point.
have so many more options over there on that coast. Well, especially not here on Cape Cod, but and LA's got everything.
What do you mean? Like to do?
Food choices, things to do, nice weather.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. We've got like the whole itinerary.
And it's all within like walking distance. Where
Yes.
here it's like it's
She can walk to the Groundlings. I got tickets to that show.
Very cool.
And then she works at a restaurant next door, so I'm going to go there. And yeah,
I love
it'll
that
be
she even
fun.
mailed herself pickleball stuff to do.
I guess.
I still have yet to play.
Okay, seriously, You
Never
gotta
played.
Play.
No.
It is so
I've never
fun.
played.
It's really fun. I'm telling you, it's not hard. It's easy to learn. It's like a good group activity that's not golf.
What town does your daughter live in?
She's in West Hollywood.
We hope.
We're staying in Agora Hills for 4 days, and then we're going to West Hollywood,
So
where I
fun.
have to stay on her couch.
Hey,
So I booked a little bit out there, and then
no one's
That'll be
expecting a lot for the West Coast version of a 20-year-old something's crash pad. I'll take a whatever.
awesome. I
Yep.
just want to make sure it's off the ground.
See, Mari has a racket, but she doesn't know how to play.
Okay,
All right.
we're all gonna
organize
play.
the beginners.
Yes, I'll show you. It's easy. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I
And
need
it's
to
fun.
learn something
it's
new.
addictive.
All right, I'm fine. That's a good addiction to have. I need to get
Yes,
addicted to
exactly.
exercise again, clearly. It's not
But it's
not
also-
been taking lately.
It's very social. It's like you can laugh. It's in between, it's not like this, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
I
that's a
like
healthy
social sports.
activity. I'm working on getting more healthy activities in my life because I can't just be working myself to death.
No,
It's definitely,
it's not worth it.
there's got to be a new lease on life over here, and some of it needs to be healthful activities. I talk about it. I'm almost there.
We can put those in our zip trip.
Yes, please. Lisa and I are working on some serious zip trips here this summer on Wednesdays. We
Our
like
own
to,
version.
well, we have our podcast, Women Travel Better in Pairs, and we like to get back to actually traveling places. And even if it's small little trips, town by town here on
Yeah.
the Cape, doing some fun things, then we're definitely going to make that happen here this summer because I
We need
intend to enjoy it fully.
We need a spin on the zip trip name.
That's fine.
No, I'm asking.
Yeah, any of it. Jump in.
The
if you
zip
think,
trip idea,
Uh-huh.
but something.
But more local with
It's
Lisa
a
and I.
Witibib trip.
Yes. In Daisy, maybe. We should be taking Daisy with us.
I will be driving so slowly that you can put the Lemonadio
That's
banners
fine.
on it.
driving Miss
They
Daisy.
won't even move.
It's perfect.
Oh, I am driving
Yeah,
Miss Daisy. Yes.
exactly.
Yes. There you go.
I know. We've got
How
some fun
is
stuff.
that?
And it's seemingly like I'm going to have my younger human here. So if I put her to work with us, then
Perfect.
This is shaping up to be a better summer than I was intending. So
It's gonna be an awesome summer.
yeah, I think so. It needs to come. Meanwhile, today when I'm walking my dog and we have frost on the ground, and I'm like, what the absolute bleep? Tomorrow's opening day at Fenway. It's going to be 40. They said it's going to feel like it's 20. I'm not down for this. I'm not down for this at all.
No.
Trust me, I knew that Mother Nature wasn't quite done with us yet. And we've had snowstorms on April 1st and the likes
April
here in New
8th, yep.
England. We're used to it. However, I really thought maybe this time, we weren't going to have to deal.
We've gotten by.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got off easy. I don't know.
Chick trip. I like that.
What is it?
Patrick. Chick trip instead of zip trip.
Oh.
Healthy food locations. Hey, that's absolutely an option also. I'm always looking for these things.
Someone feeds us.
I-
Remember during COVID, we sat outside Cafe Chew
Yes.
and froze to death?
Yes.
Doing like our little, that was fun.
We had our own. That's where I met Kristen and got involved with Eferol. So you just
Oh,
never
that's
know.
right. That's
you never know
right.
what's going to happen when
She's
you
like,
travel
can I
about.
be on your radio show? I'm like, yeah, come meet Stephanie. Then
Come.
do your thing.
Right?
Do your
Exactly.
magic. Oh, yeah.
So we'll definitely be having some fun chick trips this summer. Thank you, Patrick. Very fun.
Yes.
Um,
So if you'd like us to pull up in a giant camper, decked out in Lemonadio gear, ready
Say
to
yes
eat and
to
play,
that.
we need to do the paddleboard again.
no, I
Oh, we couldn't be on the air for that.
no.
That would be bad.
When my daughter's filming and there's just Stephanie getting head injuries as I'm falling into the ocean again. I think it was the ocean that threw me off because I can do it in my pond.
I never learned. It's on my list.
I can do it
bucket
in my
list for the
pond. I
summer.
got better, and I have an inflatable one, so I can take it with me in a
Do
backpack.
those work?
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to get one.
Yes,
Because now
they
that we have the
do.
boat slip, I want to throw it in the
And
boat.
Surprisingly very sturdy, which I was shocked about. I was like, there's no way
Yeah.
that this is going to be blown up. Oh, wow.
I don't want to be tipping over.
Yeah, no.
No.
Surprisingly, it's great.
Oh,
so
gonna try
some
it
news
then.
stuff that I saw today in the news. Okay, since we were talking about food and healthy eating, we've been seeing a lot of stuff about lab-grown meats recently.
It just turns my
It
stomach.
does sound like it's a super turn off. Also, they're now saying that yes, we should go for a vegetarian lifestyle to live longer. Whatever, we get it.
Yeah.
But I saw that they lab grew woolly mammoth. They had some DNA from a woolly mammoth kicking around somewhere, and they thought, let's grow the meat in a lab, shall we? And then they took it one step further and made meatballs out of it. So they made woolly mammoth meatballs.
Yeah, no.
And I'm curious, aren't there better things to be spending our time doing? Is this where we're going? Robots are taking over our job and you're worried about woolly mammoth meatballs. Let's bring those back. And also, it's probably like bison, right?
I guess. Or elephant.
If
we
I
don't
was-
eat elephants, do we?
No. I don't think we're supposed to.
Can
Is
you
this a
eat
dare?
elephant meat?
I don't know.
Is this a dare?
I don't
What
know.
was
Is
that?
this a trick? Good morning, Ted. Good morning, Shandy. We're talking about woolly mammoth meatballs. I don't know why, but once again, lab-grown meat does not sound fabulous to me.
I'm not a big meat eater, not for any good reason. Just don't love it, and that turns my stomach. Just the whole idea of lab-grown anything. If you're going to serve it to me, just don't tell me.
Perfect.
You know, I'm on a need-to-know basis with that stuff.
I don't have a fascination with that. That's not a flavor profile I need to dissect.
No.
Not for me. Also new in the technology sector, I saw that Apple is having Apple Pay Later.
Sure.
So it's a credit card. That's all you're saying to me, whether it's $50 to $1,000, buy now, pay later.
Yeah.
Everything is financing now.
Right.
You can buy your clothes financed. I forget what one of those is called, Klarna or whatever the heck it is. There are different ways to finance things. I just feel like we're lying to ourselves better.
Well, every financial counselor, everyone will tell you that financing, unless you absolutely have to, is the worst thing you can do with your money.
Yeah.
So if you can't afford it, you can't have it. I mean, that's what I say to my kids. If you really can't afford it, you really can't have it.
But I
right
want
now.
it. Sorry.
Got you on that. I mean, except houses, cars, whatever. You need
Right.
a car to get to work. I get that. But financing your phone, your clothes, oh, come on.
Or your random Apple Pay suggestion.
Yeah, no.
Like, right, exactly. So you buy all of this DoorDash, and then at the end of the month, you have to pay for it. What are you
Plus
going to eat?
interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, your meal just costs twice as much.
I think
No,
it's a bad idea.
They need to teach this stuff in school because these kids are-
Financial literacy?
Yes.
What's
Hello?
that? We were talking.
They've been talking about adding it for years and they haven't. And
Yes, there was actually a suggestion that came out. Now, I don't know if it was in one of your surveys, Lauren, or maybe it was because it's survey season for E4All for different stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of like, what do you see as programs that you think that your teens would benefit from? And
financial
there are so
literacy.
many, like basic sewing, basic cooking, knife skills. I'm like, just seriously though, like how to chop up your own food, how to
Basic
bend for
cooking.
yourself. Basic thing, like basic stuff.
I think finance is coming out of the gates because I think you have a generation of parents of some of these kids who don't have it
Yeah,
either.
yeah.
So
And-
it's really starting to snowball into a huge issue. And
Yeah.
I talk to the kids who work with me, and sometimes I'll explain to them based on what they make per hour. And when they buy this super duper hooped up latte from wherever that they spent $6
Which
or
we're all
$8 bucks
guilty
on.
of every once in a while. But if
But-
they're doing it on their daily,
Yes.
Yeah.
And they don't have the money. I go, so you're going to work for a half hour for free for me? And they look at me. I'm like, well, you're drinking the first half hour.
yeah.
What? And I said, here I am, way older, make way better money than you do, and I still make my own coffee.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I don't think you should treat yourselves, but all they understand is treating themselves. So their finances are just they don't really
Yeah.
see the impact of what they're doing.
Well, and when we learned finances, it was like balancing a checkbook and a spreadsheet and stuff.
I remember
and,
that.
Just basic financial competency and literacy and
and
what's, yeah.
Yeah,
It's kind of a good skill to have. And we're not
Theirs
learning.
is blank.
Yeah.
Theirs just goes.
Right.
And
Well,
whoops.
there's this, can I have $50? Can you Venmo me? Can
By
you
the way-
PayPal me?
By the way, you can't eat elephant meat.
No, you can't.
You can.
Oh.
I looked it up. I know.
Obviously, everything's edible, Lisa.
They're grilling it in this picture.
Yeah, people are meat too. Do I want to be having it? Absolutely not. Desperate times call for desperate things. We've all thought about it. So,
I actually haven't. And I'm watching.
now you are.
I'm in the middle of The Patient with
Yeah.
Steve Carell.
It's tapped.
It's a lot. And when you start talking about that stuff, I'm like, nope.
Well, you can't. It's
And I'm
hard,
not done with, so don't tell me what happens.
It's hard to take Steve Carell in a serious fashion.
He's good.
But he
I
is
think
actually
he's very
quite a good actor. Yeah.
It's a little slow in a couple places where they keep going into the psychology and his psychiatrist and all that
Right.
stuff. But
Is this a daydream? Is it regular?
the
Where
kid
are
who
we?
plays the serial killer is good.
He's from Harry Potter stuff, right?
You're asking me.
Yeah, I think he's in Harry Potter stuff.
Like that was a waste of your breath right
Yeah,
there.
right. Things Lisa doesn't know.
Right? You're like, I know who Steve Carell is.
Well, you know that Dick Van Dyke is out there driving around. His wife took away his keys. I'm kind of happy for that.
Had to happen.
It really did. He's
Had to
97
happen.
years old, and it was like the news story today. Dick Let me rewind my brain right here. Dick Van Dyke's wife took away his keys. Granted, she's like in her 50s, so.
Oh, is she?
But I mean,
so then I was doing the math because I figure if you have to be 16 to get your license, you should take 16 years off. Let's call it 100, and then at 84, no way, you're done. I'm sorry if anyone's out there 84 driving, but.
And that's it. I just feel like it should just be basic competency. Can you see?
Special
Can
testing.
you still hear?
Do you have any reflexes?
How's your reaction time? Trust me, there are people my age that should not be driving either. So
I was checking out a song today on my way over across the yellow line. Not on my phone was on the desk, and I was listening to Lemonadio in my car, which I do now. And I went, "What is that song?" And I'm like, "What are you?" And luckily I have that car that goes beep 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 beep.
yeah, exactly. We've got all those bells, gadgets, and whistles to
I
let
have
us
that
know.
moment. I'm like, "Pay attention,
I don't
Lisa."
even know what that noise is. Mine was blowing up the other day. One of my air PSI went down like 2 percentages on one tire. And I was like, what am I supposed to do now? Why is it beeping at me? I don't know how to fix these things. I'm learning the new beeps. I don't know the beeps. And then it sounds like it's gonna explode if I don't stop
It's angry,
fast enough.
and it goes
does.
faster and faster
Really.
and louder.
Gives me a heart attack.
I have Forsythia at the end of my driveway.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah, woo, but it thinks I'm hitting something
Oh.
every time. Beep, 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 beep. I'm like,
Yep.
is that just my leaving the driveway?
Just a bright yellow
noise?
whip of flour. Leave me be.
I'll be fine.
I know.
It's not going to
we're
take
gonna
me
have
out.
to get used to this. This episode has been called Technology. What do we do with it? I just saw one of those morning scoops or whatever it is that comes out every single morning that said, basically, if your job requires a lot of typing, start looking for a new career because the chats are getting better
And better,
and
yeah.
technology is getting better. So maybe look into something else.
I got
We're going to be
nothing.
replaced. Disney just laid off 7,000 workers. So you're seeing more and more thousands of workers being laid off here and
Why, because
there.
they're doing like a retina scan now when you come in?
Who knows? Everything's a palm scan, a retina scan.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. It is crazy.
We're turning into robots. Whatever. I'm fine with it. It's going to make my life easier.
But we still need more people things.
Yes.
So that's not going to go away. I was thinking about that on the way over too. And we were talking about doing adult nights at the museum. We need more actual people interaction and people coming out
Yeah.
and being with other people.
Yep, I agree.
This technology has killed so much of that.
Well, you've got April vacation coming up at the museum. And
Oh,
you've
yeah.
got a slate of activities going on, but we also you're working this summer on maybe branching some grown-up activities.
Yes. So, night at the museum. And we're kind of having that debate. Do we have to have alcohol? Could it be a sober night?
I feel like you could have a sober night and have
I'm
just
fine with that.
21 plus and just remind people it's 21 plus because we need to just not parent.
Yes. We want to make it there a differentiation between please don't bring your kids, which is kind of hard at a children's museum.
Yeah.
But we'd have to market it right. I've actually been called by people visiting the Cape. Do you have any adult nights? I'm
Yeah.
like, not yet.
Yeah, I love
I
that though.
will.
Games
Yeah.
nights are really fun, and we're branching some of the fun other games that we're doing for adults just because we need to use our brain. It doesn't always have to be booze related, and we can do something fun. It's true though.
Right. And actually, I think these younger kids, the next generation
They're way healthier than we were.
They are.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay.
They are. Well, they
Don't tell
grew
that
up on a
story.
screen all day long, so they're more mindful about actually getting and having that human.
So we're looking at kind of like escape rooms, puzzle, scavenger hunt type things you do as a team, make it fun. And,
brain activities. I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
And then all the other stuff that we have around. So, yeah.
So summer activities, you're just about to start filling up some classes and stuff over at the museum.
Yes, that schedule will be out by the end of this week, and it is always on our website. And please follow our social media or get on our newsletter. And we have a little bit of everything. We have a STEM day, we have authors coming, we have musicians coming, jugglers, like all these different scenarios. So we're
Good.
literally just finalizing the dates and times, and that will be up for everyone.
So needs to happen. Our kids have way too much freaking screen time. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Anything you can do to further that agenda, yes, please. CapeCodChildren'sMuseum.org. Sign up for her newsletter. Follow them on social, just so you can see pop-up hours for fun stuff and see what we're going to be doing for grown-ups, too. So I think that is much needed, and I'm excited for it.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
And our chick trips this summer.
I've been like,
Oh, Things are breaking in here. We got to go.
What just happened?
I don't know, but our camera's off.
It's a bomb cyclone.
Yeah, but we had a bomb cyclone in here. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.